Listen to a story real quick. This is a story of a guy who, in 2017, was in a car accident. I lost my job, which I loved. I love my job so much. I was working at the airport. I have always wanted to work in an airport. Ever since I was a little kid, I wanted to work with airplanes, next to an airplane, or anything that has to do with an airplane, helicopter, or helicoptero. So I was on my way to work November 25th of 2017. It was 1:30 in the morning. I was working for a partner of Amazon, Menzies Aviation. I was in a car accident. A drunk driver ran a red light and hit my car. In the car, it was me and my nephew and I. His name's Jonathan. The car hit on the side of me. That was in 2017. In 2018, I had a knee surgery and a shoulder surgery. August 3rd of 2018, I had my knee surgery. October 5th of 2018, I had my shoulder surgery. As I was recovering from my knee surgery, I basically had my shoulder surgery right after. I was recovering from my shoulder surgery. October 28th of 2018 was my last cigarette ever. Was the last cigarette I smoked. Because when I woke up in 2018, October 29th, when I woke up, I was dying. I was feeling like I was dying. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't walk. I couldn't talk. I couldn't tell my wife what was going on with me. My wife woke up. I was gonna take her to work, but she woke up like, what's going on? Because I was like trying to breathe. I was breathing heavy. And I was sweating so bad. I was sweating. I couldn't say much, do much. She called 911, and 911 came. I was dripping sweat. I felt hot. I felt cold. I collapsed on top of the car that I had. I collapsed on top of it. They took me to the hospital. At this moment, I don't know what's going on. I lost conscience. When I woke up, when I opened one eye, I saw my wife crying. And then I just fell back again. The hardest thing is to remember my wife's face. The hardest thing is to remember how much my wife was crying. I was in the hospital for about a week and a half. They sent me home. I went home and The very next day, again, I couldn't breathe. Come to find out, I have multiple blood clots from my lungs all the way to my legs. I had two on my left lung, two blood clots, one on my right lung, two on my left leg. They told my wife if we would have waited 5 more minutes, or if I would have went back to sleep, I would have been dead. I would have been dead. I was fighting for my life the hardest I could. The second time I went to the hospital, that I couldn't breathe and all that. When they sent me home about a week and a half after the fact, they sent me back home. They sent me home with an oxygen tank. An oxygen tank that I got to know really well. I was with that thing for 2.5 years. In 2019, I got diagnosed with diabetes. I got diagnosed with pulmonary hypertension and given 3 years to live. Once you go from almost dying to an expiration day, basically, that you're gonna die soon, it makes you kind of like think about things, you know? I lost myself. I got depressed. Really, really bad. I was crying every day. I didn't like looking at myself. I wanted to die. And again, the hardest thing was always looking at my wife, asking myself, why am I putting her through this? Why am I still here? Why God let me live? And I had to see my wife suffer every day. Seeing my kids suffer, you know? In 2019, after that, I joined in a gym at the wellness center right next to the hospital that saved my life. That wellness center, they had a pulmonary rehab. I met Margot and I met Nick. They are the two people who runs that place. Pulmonary rehab was the best people I ever met. They are the best people I ever met because I still talk to them. I love them to death, both of them. Margot called me at like 7 o'clock in the morning. She's like, I told you was gonna be here. I was like, I'm tired. She's like, boy, you gotta be here. She forced me to come to the pulmonary rehab to go work out. Margot, I know you're gonna see this. Let me tell you this. I love you so much. Nick, I love you. Margot, you never gave up on me. I love you so fucking much, man. My doctor, my pulmonary doctor, Monica Bueso, we fought, we argue, but I owe you my life, man. You made me open my eyes. You fought for me when I was being an asshole and a dumbass. When I wanted to die, when I wanted to give up, you never gave up on me. You didn't give up on me. Monica, thank you so much. My doctor, Dr. Mert, he didn't give up on me either. Victor Feliz, my heart specialist, He never gave up on me either. Man, these doctors have done. These doctors gave me life, brought me back. This doctor showed me life again. I thank you, each and one of you. My doctor, Corinne Hanna. My heart specialist, Victor Feliz. My pulmonologist, Monica Bueso. Dr. Mert. Without you guys, without Advent's Health, the hospital, I would have been dead. Without my wife not letting emotions hold her back and her putting herself together every day. Every day my wife put herself together to go to work, knowing that her husband could have been dead any minute, any moment. My wife, Erica, without you, I would have been dust on the floor right now. Without you, I would no longer be unavailable to be who I am or what I am or where I am without you. My wife, Erica, is everything to me. She's my guardian angel. She's my everything. She's my light, my darkness. She's my daytime. She's my nighttime. She's my stars. My wife is my heart and my soul. I know damn well that I sometimes really hard to be around. I am really hard to please. I am really hard to understand. But my wife is everything. And she will always be everything to me. I thank you. Thank you, Nelly. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Gregor, Nicole, Mindy. You guys have always been there ever since everything that started happening. Nelly and Ray always been there. When my family left me, when my family didn't want nothing to do with me, you guys was there. You guys are my family. You guys have a part of my heart. And if I ever never told you how much I love you, how much I appreciate you, I want you to know that I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. All of you, from the bottom of my heart, I love you and I appreciate you. Thank you for everything. Thank you. Thank you for not letting me give up. Thank you so much. I love you.